Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to ShortSalePowerHour.com. I'm Kevin Kaufman with Group 4610. My business partner Fred Weaver's still missing. I have no idea where he is. He's probably on the beach in San Diego.
Been on the road for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, hasn't he? Slacker. So, anyways, we've got Tom Haupt back again. Last week we talked about risk, and we've actually been talking about risk for a couple of weeks now on Mindset Monday. And what we're going to talk about today, though, is accountability, because risk is great. That's absolutely, but you mentioned it's one of two things. You need risk and accountability.
Absolutely.
To really get those new results that you're looking for. So let's talk about that accountability piece and what that looks like.
Absolutely. I believe that accountability comes one of two ways. One, people like to hold themselves accountable, and some very successful people manage to do that. However, I think it's a slim number. I think for the most part, holding oneself accountable is probably a bear of a challenge.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is around accountability. It's not a bad thing. Accountability is just a necessity. It's a necessity like breathing. I believe that in order to be successful in life, I need to have coaches and mentors that will hold me accountable. Now, when I talk about coaches and mentors, these are people that I may not necessarily like, but I certainly admire and respect them. Because
right.
I know, Kevin, just I know you'd rather be respected than liked in any day.
Absolutely.
You know, everyone says, well, everyone likes to be liked. I got it. And I'd rather be respected than liked.
Absolutely.
So for anyone that's watching, what I would recommend is two things. One is start putting together an accountability around your activities during the day and during the week. In other words, I would take the top 5 proactive activities that I can do as a realtor and take those activities and assign points to them. Now, the way I used to work in sales for many years and as an entrepreneur is I took my 5 proactive activities that generated income or could generate income.
So your 5 money-making activities.
Absolutely.
Dollar
Would getting referrals from your existing clients be?
That's definitely a dollar productive activity.
Absolutely. Getting on the phone, making calls.
Yep, looking for new ones.
Okay, what else?
You absolutely, if you're a short sale agent, absolutely calling the lenders, making your calls to your lenders as a dollar producing activity.
Okay.
Getting deals approved, getting them closed.
How about meeting new people? Physically meeting them.
Absolutely.
Send them the appointment
face.
is one of them. Now meeting them is another.
Yep.
So you start adding now. Fred and Kevin can absolutely help you guys with assigning points to the activities.
Yep.
I mean, you guys figure out the system. I know if I'm hired on as a coach or a mentor, you know, I help my clients work through what activity points would go to the activities, and then how many points do I need to create on a weekly basis to have at the end of the month X number. Now in my business, it used to be 25 points or more, I could be a superstar in the business. So if I had 100 or more points a month, I knew that I could generate X number of dollars in revenue. And I was a straight commission guy for many years as an entrepreneur. Still am. However, when I was more in a structured situation than I am now, it was straight commission. If I didn't generate points, I didn't generate money. I didn't get fed. You'd think that would be holding me accountable.
You'd think so. Well, I mean, that's really no different than, Gary Keller says it himself. You lead generate for 3 to 4 hours a day, 5 days a week minimum. So you're talking about 60 hours a month minimum of lead generation time. So if you're not spending 60 hours a month lead generating,
you're not growing your business. Let's be honest.
You're not
outside your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
And so 60 hours a month. That's uncomfortable for a lot of people that are watching.
Absolutely.
That's gonna cause you to create and transform your business. So I take those points, I implement it into my day, and I leave that workbook right out in front of me. So I have a desk with all kinds of stuff going on, but right there in front of me is that book. It's always open. The numbers don't lie. And when I'm on the phone or I come back from appointments, I write down, I had 2 opens, I had 2 closes, I submitted X number of dollars of business, I got 5 referrals, and then at the end of the day, myself or my assistant, they'll add up the points so that the next day when I come in, I see how many points I created for that day, at the day before. The numbers don't lie. I was in a very life insurance investment structured business for 15 years.
Yeah.
I can give you my book for every single year and tell you how many calls I made on how many days, how many months, how many referrals I got, and so forth and so on for 15 years.
That's awesome.
The numbers don't lie.
No.
And so I'm going to encourage you, if you're in the straight commission type business, to do that. The other thing that I did, in which I'm now giving back through my experience of over 30 years, is coaches and mentors. I know KW for a fact. I know for a fact because I've been to Family Reunion a few years back. They have a tremendous KW University.
Yeah, so we've got a couple things in the form of mentors and coaches, and some of it's free and some of it's not.
Okay.
Fred and I write a check every month for our coaching. We write a really big fat check every month because we understand the importance of the accountability piece, the importance of the mentorship of having somebody. But hey, if you're in an office, your team leader, guys, if you're in a KW office, your team leader is available for you to coach you, or the productivity coach in the office is available for you, and they can hold you accountable.
But here's the deal. Most people won't take advantage of it because it's going to be uncomfortable to have to be accountable for your time, accountable for your activities. Yeah, however, are you more committed to your comfort, or are you more committed to creating new and different results in your life? That's what it comes down to. That's what I talk about in my CD success programs, in my books, in my downloads. Those are the kinds of things. What are you more committed to? If you're watching this, you're committed to your business. You are, because you wouldn't be spending 5-10 minutes watching this on Monday or whenever it comes out if you weren't investing in yourself or into your business. So first of all, you need to be acknowledged. However, let's tweak your business just that much. It doesn't have to change. If you go back into the second video, we talked about how people are so fearful that, well, if I'm going to change my business, if I'm going to go from $100,000 in income this year to $500,000, I'm going to have to drastically do things differently. No, you just have to be a lot smarter, change your beliefs, and do business differently.
Yeah. I mean,
see more people, make more calls, things of that nature. Hire people into your business. Get coaches and mentors. Like I said, Kevin and Fred can help you with the accountability and the points. But then when it comes down to coaching and mentoring, hire somebody or find someone you admire and respect and have them hold you accountable. It will work wonders. And then you put something at risk. Before we wrap up, we've talked about the book a few times, and also I have this new product, which is a 4-CD audio success program, which is to how to unlock your inner game to master your outer game. It's proven keys to transform your thinking and your results. I have to transform my thinking before I can have new and different results in my life. You can use the tools and techniques, the strategies, and implement them through 1, you got to identify, 2, you got to break through, and then 3, you got to implement these exercises into your life. Otherwise, you just wasted the last 10 minutes today, and you just wasted 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes of your life in the last 4 weeks watching this if you don't implement these types of strategies and the things that we've discussed. I really acknowledge you and Fred. I really do, because you've taken a lot of what you've learned over the last few years through myself and through the companies I represent and applied it into your business. And no one can ever take that away from you. And once you have new and different evidence in your life in the realm of possibility, it's hard to go back.
You can never. You can't deny it.
So. I write about how it's like a butterfly from a caterpillar. You can't go back to a caterpillar. Once you jump into the deep end of the pool and you start to learn how to swim, can you unlearn how to swim?
Absolutely not. It's out. You're out there.
And you and Fred are not going to unlearn how to swim. Now, how fast can you swim, or how many people can you take with you with your team? And you guys are doing a brilliant job. I mean that.
I appreciate that. So you mentioned the CD series there. Can you tell me a little bit more about that, in case I'm sure we've got some viewers that would like to check that out?
Absolutely. This is on my. It's in the form of a download. You can download it for $47, or you can buy the actual 4-CD set. It comes with a playbook or workbook. I call it a playbook, and that's for $57. We'll mail it to you. And in it, quite frankly, it really takes apart. I mean, I've bought my fair share of Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins. I've been a lifelong learner. And Jim Rohn says if you're not a lifelong learner, successful people, he's old school. Successful people are readers. I think successful people are also listeners too. They're great listeners, and they listen on the audio. But the point of this is, it takes me so long to put great material down together, because 1, I want it to be a fresh perspective, and secondly, I want to be able to offer it to you so you can apply it into your life. Yeah. So it takes a while to really formalize how can I take this theory and move it into application. How can I take this strategy and move it into application? I mean, I'm blessed to have this opportunity to talk to you over these last few weeks. However, it's just 10-minute snippets. I have 30 years of experience that I'm looking to, jam into books and audios. So it's like, but I'm always listening when I'm traveling. Here's a little heads up, right? So in your day, if you're driving around during your business hours listening to the radio or listening to the sports talk, you're wasting your time. When are you going to be growing as a human if you're not taking that time during that car? When are you going to read and listen to the CDs? When you're with your family, with your kids? No, that's a take. You need time for them. So when I'm traveling throughout my business hours, not Saturdays and Sundays, I'm listening to the Tony Robbins, the Zig Ziglars. I'm sure, does Gary have material that he has out?
Oh, yeah.
He's got plenty of material. That was a loaded question. And he has plenty of material that he's put out. So I'm suggesting that during the day, I'm not taking personal phone calls. I do that on the way home. It takes me about 15, 20, 25 minutes when I used to have my office downtown to get home. That's when I return all my personal calls. During the day, I don't take them. And then during the day, what I do is I listen to material to keep my mind stimulated and to grow my business as a human being, and then grow and apply it into my business. So these are all stuff that Jim Rohn's been talking about, and Brian Tracy's been talking around. Dennis Waitley, he endorsed my book. T. Harv Eker, Mark Victor Hansen. I got some greats that just loved what I put down in this material. So I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to help the people that are watching and listening, because if you've taken the time to listen, I feel as though you can apply what we've had to share into your business. Take a risk and see what happens.
Cool. And if you want help taking that risk, I'm just going to say it for him. Check out the book, Time Out by Tom Haupt. You can go to tomhaupt.com, TOMHAUPT. We'll put .com. We'll put the link down here for you. You know what? Spend a couple dollars, buy the book, learn how to take a risk, learn, check out the other 12 strategies in the book as well. Don't just talk about risks. I mean, Tom's got a lot to offer here. He's been doing this kind of work for over 30 years now. So let's learn from others. Gary always says, let's learn from the successes of others. And I think that's a big key, whether you're in a real estate business or not, but you can learn from others.
Absolutely.
There's others that have come before us. So, Tom, I just want to say thank you so much for coming down and spending some time with us. And we'll see if we can't get him back here in the future for some more episodes. So, you remember how this cheer goes?
Kind of, sort of.
All right. We're gonna wrap this one up. It's kind of an unforgettable one. So, 1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour.
Take a time out.